Okay, I was thinking about being shocked of this person wanting me to do a NX bear listener. Like a literal bear, but I'm gonna see this goes. N was actually on his own after when Jay got mad at him after a failed hunt. She ended up pretty much banished him from the spiral for a while, and more like a week, because she didn't want failures like him tainting their work. V didn't even do anything like always, so he was on his own. He was walking around the abandoned place at night, still hearing Jay's words, "You disgraceful excuse of a murder drone," all over and over. As he didn't actually expect to meet someone crazy. Why can't I end up being any better? Why can't I end up doing anything remotely perfect like Jane V? At least they end up getting praise and stuff. And here I am, just a moron. Just screwing up whatever. He said to himself as he was self-doubting him. But then stopped when the sun was about to rise. Shoot, I better end up going in somewhere. Anything. He looked around, but some of the buildings either have holes or windows that don't have shutters. But then came across a cave. Perfect, this should help me, he said as he got in. When he did, it was perfect. No light and everything come in and stuff. And darkness too. This should work, he said as he ended up hanging some upside down. But however, he was in for a surprise when a certain bear drone would come in. After when it turned nighttime again, listener, aka a bear drone, was coming back from hunting. She ended up looking for oil cans from stores and everything, and she got a good haul. Give or take, she found a wagon good enough, and she ended up putting every single one of the oil cans she found inside. That could last her up for 2 years and stuff. As she did, she was in for a surprise to meet someone. Meanwhile, and he was starting to wake up after getting that nightmare. Oh, what a terrible nightmare. Well, at least I can go out and hunt for... He stopped when he was face to face with a bear. Instead of getting scared, he actually gasped like that. "Oh, teddy bear!" he said excitedly as he hugged listener, who wasn't actually threatened by it. Give or take, listener had the ability to know who's a threat and not, and she saw N as not a threat. What made N more surprised is when she ended up sitting down on her butt and ended up hugging him. "Oh, you're hungry just like me! Oh, your synthetic fur is so soft too," he said as he rubbed his face on listener's neck. It was indeed soft, which was surprising because synthetic fur like that should have been torn and everything. But here's listener's example for fur. Oh my god, wait, what is a drone bear doing here? He said as he ended up expecting listener. She didn't mind him actually. He was more welcoming and stuff, and was happy that listener welcomed him. "Oh, I'm sorry about being in here. I just needed to get out from the sunlight and stuff. And I'm sorry," he said, and surprised listener ended up nodding her head as in agreement. "Oh, you can understand me?" Nodding again. "Oh, that's so cute." What shocked him the next is when listener ended up pulling out a oil can and giving it to him that was still in her mouth. For me?" She nodded. "But I can't take this. This is your own." She nodded and pretty much shook her head, trying to gesture her, "Go ahead and take it." And he did. He had a good meal, even though it's not from a worker job. But still, that was good. Thank you. I probably shouldn't have given your name or something. Or do you have a name? Listener nodded her head no, because she didn't have a name. Then Anne went on. Some were good, but not really her. Some were terrible, and some were utterly embarrassing. Teddy would be good for you? She nodded no. I thought you were gonna end up nodding for that one. Okay. Either Rosie or Hazel or... Oh! He didn't got it. What about Listener? The bear and a roaring, agreeing to that name. Listener it is. Come here, he said as he hugged Listener. And Listener, the bear, hugged him back. I think this is gonna be a beautiful friendship. Don't you agree, Listener? Listener roared. Yeah, that's true. Thanks, Listener, for taking me in. Listener and rubbing her head on to N's head, making his hat fall off. Hey, my head! She ended up looking at and trying to like smile, and pretty much smiled back. Aw, it's okay. And again, thank you. And that's how N somehow managed to find a drone who he mistakenly took like a giant walking teddy bear.